A big welcome to you all to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta, and you can call me D-Boy. I'm here for you guys with another deck profile, and this would be on Kagero Overlords. Before I do this, for all of you guys who don't know us, well, if you enjoyed this video, you should go and watch our videos on our channel. We have a lot of deck profiles, set openings, matches, you name it. So yeah, you could put a comment in the comment section below if there is something you didn't like about the video or you did like, and we sure will read it and make sure that the next video would be better. So yeah, let's just go through the deck profile. As the legend deck came out and the new set of G7 coming out, also Fighter Collection 2016, there's a lot change in the Overlord deck, so the lineup, especially the grade 3 lineup, could change depend on the way that you want to play the deck. Yeah, I will show you the deck that I have come up with and the deck that I thought was the strongest. Starting up, I do still play the Legion of the Cross with the End. This Legion is really good. It is very effective against decks like Mail Colony or Deleters, because you can just make a loop by riding the cross over the cross again and again. While by legioning, you can use his skill to get a copy of himself. The same goes with uh, the legend. The legend, on the other hand, is also very strong, but you don't really. When you ride the legend on the legend, you can just use his skill to counter +1, soul +1, and search the top 5 for Flame Dragon and add it to your hand. So it depends on the opponent and your own hand, which one you want to ride. Also, it also depends on the way your field and your opponent's field look like. So, first of all, the skill of the cross. If you don't know him, he legions with the end. Um, and then when you legion, you can search up one copy of the end or the cross to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Then, if they attack, so they are legion and they attack. If the attack did hit, then you can use the end skill to counterblast to Persona Blast, so discard a copy of him to the drop zone, and then they can restand. If the attack didn't hit, then you can use the cross skill to target up to 2 cards from your opponent field and destroy them, retire them. Also, using the cross skill, you have to counterblast 1 and discard a copy of him from your hand. And then you have the legend, which his first skill is when you have a GB2, you counterblast 1, discard a grade 3 Flame Dragon from your hand, and then this card gain the skill, which is he become a grade 4, he have triple drive, and he also get an extra 15k. And then when this unit attacks a rare guard, he can restand and attack again. So you can use that skill once a turn, so you can kill a rare guard and then attack the Vanguard if you want to. So I play 3 copies of him, 3 copies of the End, and 3 copies of the Cross. For the grade 2 lineup, I play Fornahallen. If you are wondering where all my foils at, well, Blazing Paladin, my teammate, wanted to make a whole foil deck, so he got all the foils. I don't mind playing the commons. For the Harlem, his skill is when you have a Vanguard with Overlord in his card name, he gets an extra 2k. It's a GB1 skill. And then when your Vanguard attacks, if it's a grade 4 and it has Overlord in its card name, he gets an extra 5k every time it attacks. So if you attack with the Legion, he doesn't get the extra 5k because your Legion is a grade 3. But if you attack using the Legend skill or you attack with any grade 4 when you stride, he does get an extra 5k. Especially if you go into the ace, you attack twice, using his skill, he get an extra 10k. So playing 4 copies of him. For the 10k, I always play 10ks in Overlord deck because I think that the base, having a 10k body as your Vanguard is really good. Also, having him as a rare guard is also very good because your opponent can't kill it just by having a 9k. So I do play the Seal Dragon one because it's a Flame Dragon. and you can search it out with the legend. Otherwise, I would definitely play Nahalem. Also, I already playing in Nahalem, so playing 7 copies of Nahalem is a bit awkward. So yeah, that's why I'll go with the Seal Dragon one. And last but not least, I'm playing 3 Berserk Dragon or Berserk Lord Dragon. This card is also very good when your Vanguard attack and it's a grade 4. You can, and it's an Overlord. You can counterblast 1 and kill a rearguard. It should be a grade 2 or less, but that is still very good. So when you attack with the legend or the ace, you can use his skill twice to kill 2 rearguards. The counterblast is not a problem because you do get them back for free, which I will show you in a minute. For the grade 1 lineup, I play 4 Perfect Guards, the Flame Dragon one. I don't play the G Perfect Guards in this deck because I don't really like to lose against Dimension Police. So that's why I played 4 of the normal ones, but still they are Flame Dragons, so you can search them out with the legend. Then I play 4 Conero. This card is really good. His skill is when you call him as a rare guard, you can show your opponent a grade 3, search your deck for an Overlord card and put it into your hand, and then discard a card. So if you have the end in your hand and you don't want to write the end in, you can use his skill to get something else. And you can always get his use his skill because in this deck you go from the legend to the cross, or you go for the cross, you legion, and then you go back into the legend if you want to. You do write different vanguards to change and switch up the game at the base or at the way that you want to play it. You do have absolute control while playing Kagero, especially this deck, so you can play any way that you want to. So that's why I play 4 Conero. His second skill is very good. You can retire him and choose an Overlord Vanguard. When that card attack, um, then you can countercharge 2. So attacking with the Legend or the Ace, you can countercharge 4. So attack the first time, countercharge 2, attack this, and then use Berserk skill. And then attack the second time, use Berserk skill, then use his skill. So you get Berserk skill for free, which I could show you in a minute if you didn't understand what I just said. Then I play 3 Dragon Mork. His skill is also very good, especially while you go for the cross with the legend, with the end. Because if the attack doesn't hit, which it normally doesn't, you can kill up to 2 rearguards, retire 2 cards, and he get an extra 5k for every rearguard that is retired. Also, why this card is very good because boosting the Nahalem or the 10k attacker, the 10k body, he still hits for 16 normally, and then go for 21 or 26. So makes very very strong numbers. And first, when you don't have him yet, you can still call Conroe, use his skill, and then when you have him at your hand, retire Conroe, use his second skill, and call him to the field. So you can just refresh your great ones the same way you do with the Vanguard. I play 2 Strike Fathers. 2 are enough in my opinion. You can play 3 if you want to, but I play 9 grade 3s, so you should be able to stride. Sometimes you don't want to discard your Overlord cards because you want to use them with the ace, but still, these are searchable with the legend, so that's why I play 2. And I would play 3, but I wanted to play 1 Dragonic Gaius, I think his name is. This card is also very interesting. I did playtest it and it did really good. Playing 1 copy of him because it's a tech card. What he does is when your Vanguard when you put him behind your Vanguard or put him behind anything, you can use his skill to rest him and Soul Blast 2 cards, and then you can give the unit in front of him in critical. So attacking with the ace means that you have the extra critical already, so your opponents have to guard the 2 attacks. So yeah, it's a tech card in here. I do like him a lot. There is Definitely no way to search him because he's not even a flame dragon, but still, one copy of him should be good. If you don't like him or you don't have him, and you want to make the same deck list as I have, which I don't recommend because you should make your own deck, um, you could play 4 or 3 copies of the Stride Father. For the trigger lineup, I play 4 draw triggers, which are the Claw Dragon, of course. This card is really, really good, especially killing the starter and doing so while they have another rear guard on the field, so you can use your starter to kill the second one. So Counterblast 1, put him into your soul and target up to 1 grade 0 your opponents have on the field and retire it. Next, I play another draw triggers, which are the Seal Dragons one. They go into the soul and you can give something an extra 3k. Sometimes it is good to just use his skill, but it's definitely all about filling up the soul if you need it. And playing 6 draw is important in this deck because you do want to fill up your hand while using or attacking with the ace or the legend because you do still discard. One thing about the legend I didn't told you, which is using his skill, you still have to discard 3 cards when you restand. So remember that it's not for free. You just drive check 3 and you discard 3. That's why you play 6 draws. Playing 6 crits is also good because you do want to crit your opponent, especially while attacking twice with your finger. And then playing 4 heal, yeah, because you need them and you do G guard, and this deck does go into late game if you wanted to. All the trigger are flame dragons, so you can search them all while using the legend skill. For starter, I still play him. I like the combo that you can do with him and the draw trigger, but you can play the new one from the legend. I He is also very interesting. Count plus 1 and you put this card into your soul. Search your deck for a Flame Dragon card and grade 3 and put it into your hand. Or an Overlord and put it into your hand. So you can search up one of your Overlords if you want to. Especially you can use his skill while when you have the Dragonic Gias. So when you get Gias, you can use his skill, and otherwise you just leave him on the field if you don't need him. And if you do, if you want to search up one of your grade 3s, because you want to put more pressure on your opponent, you can just use his skill. So I'm still wondering about which one I should use. I do like the combo that you could do with him, but I also do like him. So it definitely is. I do switch between them a lot. Um, so yeah, you could play anyone you want to. For the strides, which we have 16 right now. First up, you open up stride if you didn't have a heal trigger or you are the first to stride. You have Mustafa and the Vortex. They have, when he hits you, he can kill up to 2 rear guards. And if you are in Legion, he could retire 3. And his skill is you can plus 1, unflip a copy of anything. Just unflip a copy from your G zone, and then you can retire up to 1 rear guard from your opponent. The 2 of them give you the extra unflip, so they give you the GB2, um, which is really good because you can use your legend skill in the second turn. But still, they are just to open up with, and if you have already the GB1, you can just go for Root Flare if you want to destroy anything. I play only 2 copy of Root Flare because I don't really have the space, otherwise I would play 4. Then you have the finisher. The first finisher is the the Express. His skill is very interesting and very good. Counter plus 1, unflip a copy of himself, so Persona Blast or G Persona Blast, whatever you want to call it, and give your finger the skill, which is your opponent can't guard this attack with the grade 1s. They can guard with the grade 2, with the grade 0, whatever, but not with the grade 1. And if he attack and your opponent already have 5 damage, then the last damage that they get is nullified. So if they get a heal trigger, the heal trigger is nullified. It's another way for Kagero to just finish your opponent off, but normally you do go for the ace because the ace give you the opportunity to attack more, get more drive checks, and just kill your opponent off. His skill is when you need to have an Overlord as a Vanguard to use the skill. Also, you can Counterblast 2 and then unflip a copy of himself, so another G Persona Blast. And then, once per turn, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, he loses the triple drive, so he gets a twin drive. And then after that attack, he can restand by discarding an Overlord card and another card. So you discard two, but he also has just twin drive. So then he can attack again, and he get an extra 5k. So he's just the two attacker like most clans does have right now. But the thing with him is you can use that if you have him as the Vanguard and you didn't attack yet, you have Gigas behind him, um, and then you have a Berserk Dragon or Lord Berserk Lord Dragon, um, and you have Conroe. You have only two Counterblast. You only need two face-up Counterblast to use this skill. First up, you use his skill, and then just retire Conroe to give him the skill, which is when he attacks, you can countercharge too. Use Giga's skill to just Soul Blast 2 and give him the extra crit. He attacks. First, use Conroe's skill to countercharge 2, then use Berserk skill to counterblast 1 and kill something from your opponent's field. Let's say their Interceptor or anything. Then he restands after that by discarding an Overlord and another card from your hand. You now have only one counterblast open. So you attack again, use Berserk Lord to use the second counterblast that you have open or face up, kill something else from your opponent field, and then use Conroe's skill again because your finger just attacked again to countercharge the two cards that you already could countercharge. So you got two countercharge or countercharge free, and you already have used Berserk skill, which is very good, very interesting. That's why you do use the ace. The same combo could be used with the legend. When the legend use his skill first, then use Berserk first, then um, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's the same combo, just attack Berserk, then use Conroe to countercharge. Next tried, I do play 3 of the G Guardians. If you want to play 4, you could play 4. I don't mind. I think 3 are enough. Um, and then when we get the new set on the GB7, I think that we will have more. I didn't see the G Guardian for Kagero yet, but I think he would have just when you attack, you can just destroy a regard or anything. Yeah, his skill is when you're let me read him. When this unit displays on the G Guard, if your opponent has 4 or less rear guards, he get an extra 5k. So they just need to have 4 or less, not a complete full field, for you to get the extra 5k for guard. He is really good. Just discard the heal trigger and get him to just defend you. But the thing about the G Guardians is it's not about discarding the heal trigger. It's all about stopping the Silent Tome if they have a Silent Tome. So making guarding with grade 0 is not that effective, or not being able to guard with grade 0 is not that effective, and also give you the GB1 that you need. So just get the GB1 and make the first turn you stride very strong, like going first for the ace or even root flare is very very strong. For the last stride, I don't play any other gray elemental to guard with because I really don't have the space. I think playing the normal one, the clan one, is still better if you don't have the space. I do play the breeze or Seabreeze. This card is important to play in this deck because most of your skill are GB1, and using his skill, you will be able to use your GB1 skills. So if your opponent is at grade 2 and he didn't ride last turn, you can go into him by counterblasting 2, which is a heavy cost, and discard a card from your hand. So you're striding and you're counterblasting 2 more. Then you can go straight into him and then attack normally. The thing is, when he goes back um, into your G zone, he goes face up, so you can use your GB1 skills. Yeah, this card, as I said, is important to play in this deck because if your opponents want to play the Salty Grade 2 game, you would still have your GB1 skills, which means that your field would get very effective, especially using the Monk skill, using Berserk Lord skill, using the Harlem skill, almost even your starter if you're playing the Overlord Searcher. So you can use most of your skills. So yeah, this was the Kagero deck that I have come up with. I think that this is um, one of the strongest deck lists. Of course, there are many different deck lists out there. Depend on your own play style and the way that you want to play the deck. I think that this is the most fun because you have the access to go into any grade 3 that you want to. I don't play the legend in here because or the great. I don't play the Great in here or any Neo Flame or Burnout because I don't think they are needed. Berserk Lord Dragon is very strong as it is, so just kill your opponent regards if you want to, and otherwise you have a lot of G zone, so you can choose any grade 4 that you wanted to kill your opponent off, just like using Root Claire to just kill a whole column for free, just destroy or retire up to 2 cards, then using Mustafa if you want to kill something and you think that you couldn't and you can't hit. Other You can also use Mohammed or Zam. It I don't really have space for them. I think that Mohammed is not really good because we do have Vortex now. What he does is when he hits, you can't just retire something from your own field. But his skill is you need to unflip a copy. So you need to unflip something face up to use his skill, which gives you the access to GB2. But at the same time, sometimes you don't want to use that skill. Zam, on the other hand, is when you retire something, you can use his skill to come +1, retire something else. He is good in a Blade Master deck, but not in this deck because you have more or better choices. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And as I said, if you enjoy our video and if you have any comments or anything that you want to tell us, put a comment in the comment section below. If you have the time, go to our channel, subscribe to us, like our videos if you want to. And till next time.